So here we go. I hope you can hear me all right, because I'm not sure what is actually going on here at the moment. I've been trying to get a signal on my phone, and all I can say is it has taken me ages to get a good signal on my phone. As you can see, I'm out and about walking today. I have come out of my garden and I've walked up to the top of the hill near to where I live. Unfortunately, I don't know why, today I found it very hard to get a good mobile phone signal. So at the moment I'm using my 4G connection, and I did have a slight problem getting a connection today. I don't know why. So that is the reason why I'm late. I have a good excuse for being late today. And the excuse is I had no connection on my phone. So now I have found a spot, I have found a place where my 4G connection is actually quite good. So fortunately I've managed to actually get a connection on my phone. So I hope you can hear me all right. If you can hear me, please say, Mr. Duncan, we can hear you. If you can hear me, say, Mr. Duncan, we can hear you and we can see you nice and clearly. I hope you can. So hello and happy Easter Monday. It is Monday. We have made it all the way from Sunday to Monday. So I hope I am coming through clearly and I hope you can hear me okay. I am standing near a field and also near a forest. So I am in between those two places. That is where I am at the moment. I know what you're thinking, Mr. Duncan. I can hear you, but unfortunately we can't see you. Well, yes, I am here. I'm standing in front of the camera. However, my mobile phone is pointed in the opposite direction right now. Don't worry, you will see me in a moment, but I thought it would be nice to show you some of the landscape around me today. So there you can see one of the many farmers' fields. So this is a field, and you can see there is some crop growing at the moment. I'm not sure what this is. So this is something that is growing in the field, but I have no idea what it is that is growing. It might be wheat, it might be barley, it might be rapeseed. I have no idea. So at the moment I don't know what this is that is growing in this particular field. However, you can see everything is looking rather nice today. It is sunny. I suppose I should also mention that it is very windy. Last night the wind was blowing really strongly and it kept me awake. Part of the night I was awake listening to the sound of the wind. And the wind is still blowing quite strongly at the moment. So we are doing something slightly different today. Because I'm on my mobile phone, because I am doing this on my mobile phone, there are no captions on the live stream. So because I'm outside, there will be no captions on the live stream, for which I apologize, but unfortunately, I don't know why, YouTube does not support live captions on mobile streams. So because I am now broadcasting on my mobile phone, there are no live captions. However, there is good news, because later on there will be live captions on your video. So when this is saved onto YouTube, I can promise you there will be captions. The wind seems to have eased off. That's nice. I'm very pleased that the wind has eased off. I suppose the big question is, where are you, Mr. Duncan? We can't see you. Come on, Mr. Duncan, show yourself. What is wrong? Has Mr. Steve given you a black eye again? No, not this time. Here I am then. 1, 2, 3. Make Mr. Duncan appear on screen. Oh, there you are. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope you are feeling very happy today. I hope you are feeling good and well on this Monday. And this is the 4th week. So this is the beginning of the 4th week of the lockdown here in the UK. 4 weeks. So at the end of this week, it will be 4 weeks. The wind has eased off. So when something eases off, ease off, it means it has slowly faded. It has faded away. So the wind has eased off. Ease off. It means you reduce something, or something becomes less harsh. Excuse me if I start coughing. Don't worry, it isn't anything serious. The only thing is I've just walked quite a long way, and I've also forgotten my water. I've left my water at home, so I don't have my water with me. So this might be a very short live stream if I suddenly start coughing. At the moment, here in the UK, it is hay fever season. So because many of the crops in the farmers' fields are starting to come out, there are many crops growing, and unfortunately it has affected my throat a little bit, because I do suffer sometimes. I suffer from hay fever. Steve talking to me before I came out, because Mr. Steve was talking and talking, I actually forgot all about my water. So I know where my water is. It is still in the kitchen at home. Unfortunately, it isn't here in my hand. So I might have to make this a very short live stream if my voice starts playing up. However, I can assure you completely that I am 100% well, fit, happy, everything is all right. So don't worry. Sometimes I might have a little cough, but it's nothing to do with, okay? Nothing to do with that. I have a little bit of hay fever at the moment. I'm at the top of one of the many hills around here. For those wondering where I am, in fact, you might be wondering who I am. My name's Duncan. I teach English on YouTube. I've been doing this for ever such a long time. And during these strange times, I have decided to do daily live streams. So that is where I am now. I'm outside. The place where I live is called Much Wenlock in England. It is a small town, a small rural town. Rural. And the area in which I live has a lot of farms, a lot of fields, and also a lot of nature as well. There are birds and animals everywhere. The sun is out, even though it's quite windy today. I must admit, it is a little bit windy today. You can see here, I'm standing right next to a big branch. Can you see the big branch next to me on the tree? There is a very large branch here, swinging in the wind. I hope none of the trees decide to fall on my head. That would be very, well, actually it might not be that bad. Imagine all the viewers I would get. Mr. Duncan squashed by a large tree, live on YouTube. Amazing. I suppose that's one way of becoming famous. Hello Cookie Studio. Hello Cookie Studio, nice to see you here today. welcome to my live stream. I've been doing live streams every day for quite a few weeks during this strange period of time. As I mentioned earlier, this is the 4th week of all of this. The 4th week of my live streams during this strange period of time. Oh, by the way, there's something I want to say. I had a lovely meal last night, an Easter meal. Mr. Steve made the most amazing roast chicken, vegetables, everything. It was gorgeous, very nice. And of course, last night we had a lovely Easter egg. Yesterday was Easter. Today, of course, is Easter Monday. So a lot of people normally have the day off. But of course, at the moment, everyone is having every day off from work. So that is what is happening here in the UK, and quite possibly where you are as well. A lot of people are celebrating Easter at home, or maybe they are doing something unusual this year. Perhaps they are getting in touch with their friends and relatives through this thing. Isn't it amazing? Through this amazing thing, technology. I love technology so much. Even though sometimes it does go wrong. It isn't always reliable, I know. Technology sometimes can go wrong. There can be problems sometimes. However, today I am with you. I've managed to find a lovely strong 4G signal, and thank goodness I can appear once again. Hello, Mr. Duncan. There is a shadow over your face. Could you please move your camera? I'm not sure if I can move the camera very much because I have to be careful of the signal. So if I move my camera, if I move my phone, I might actually lose the signal to the live stream. So I don't have much choice about where to put the camera. I will move the camera slightly, which isn't easy when you're in the countryside. Is that better? Maybe that is a little bit better. I just hope that the signal hasn't been lost. So that is the problem when you are using a mobile phone to stream with. You have to be careful that you don't lose your signal, because if you lose the signal, you lose your stream. Hello to everyone on the live chat. I haven't said hello to anyone yet. I'm very sorry about that. Your voice is a little bit strange today. Well, I've just been walking for about 40 minutes up a large hill. So I was slightly tired, and then I couldn't find a place to do my live stream from because there was no mobile phone signal. And then I realized that I had no water either. So my water is still at home. I'm here, and my lovely refreshing water is at home. It's no good there. It has to be here, really. Hello, Dashrath. Hello, Dashrath. Who is Mr. Steve? Well, Mr. Steve is someone who quite often pops up on my live streams. He was there yesterday. Did you see Steve in the garden yesterday? I can tell you what Steve is doing now. He's actually working in the garden. He's catching up on all of the jobs that he wanted to do in the garden. So Mr. Steve is busy at home, and I am here standing in the sunlight. It's very bright now. I'm standing in direct sunlight. So the sun is actually shining right in my face now, giving me some of that much needed vitamin D. Hello to the live chat. Shall I say hello to some of the live chat? Shaker Adam. Hello, Shaker Adam. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hello, Bara. Also, Anna Pika is here as well. Your voice sounds very strange. It's probably because I'm really tired. I've just been walking for a very long time. And then I started panicking because I couldn't get the mobile phone to receive a signal. So without my signal, I have no live stream. Isn't that terrible? Hello to Trum. Excuse me. I need to do something. Wait there. Sorry about that. Please take care of yourself, Mr. Duncan. I'm okay. Please, can everyone not panic? I haven't got that. Trust me, it is hay fever. My nose is very itchy and my throat is a little bit dry. It is actually hay fever, everyone. Please, 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 please. What does Mr. Steve do for his job? I can't really tell you what he does. There are many reasons why. However, Mr. Steve has a very busy job. It is a job that normally takes a lot of his time. And at the moment, he is working from home. He has no choice. He has to work from home because of the current situation. I think you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yes. That's what I'm talking about. So that's what's happening right now. Mr. Steve is at home, even though he's decided to have a few days off. So Steve is now at home, but he's busy in the garden because he has decided to take a holiday. So he's having a little bit of time off work. Steve is your friend. Sometimes. Sometimes he's my friend and sometimes, well, you know what it's like sometimes between human beings. We can't always get along. Sometimes we have disagreements. Sometimes there are little arguments. Sometimes there are things that we don't see eye to eye about. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I am new here and I'm also blind. Hello to Alisa Marie. Nice to see you here and nice to have you here on the live chat. Hello. Ong Trum says, sometimes Steve is your employee. I like that. I've never thought of that before. That is the first time I've ever heard anyone say that Mr. Steve is my employee. But I like that. I like that a lot. It seems you get along with Mr. Steve. Yes, sometimes. Ow. This branch. There is a branch behind me. Oh, dear. It's a little bit windy, everyone. It's very strange today. Sometimes the wind eases off and then suddenly it comes back like that with a big gust. So the wind at the moment is coming and going. You can see above my head there are lots of trees blowing around. So there is the view above my head right now. And it is rather windy, I must be honest. I was wondering whether I should come out today because of the strange weather. And of course it can be quite dangerous as well. If you're standing under a tree and the wind is blowing, maybe one of the branches will break or snap and fall on my head. Is that garlic behind you? Yes, it is. Right behind me. Can you see behind me? All of the green behind me, that is actually garlic. There is garlic growing all across that area behind me. So everything there is actually wild garlic. There is a lot of wild garlic growing in this area. And you can see quite a lot of it behind me as well. I know one thing. I've just realised it's not very warm. It isn't. So we have a lot of sunshine, a lot of blue sky. Unfortunately, we also have very cold wind. Apparently this wind is coming from Iceland. It's coming from the north. So it is coming from a very cold place. And that is the reason why the wind is cold. Be careful, Mr. Duncan, with the branch behind you. It might hit you on the back. Behave yourself. Now come on, stop it. Leave me alone. Pick on someone your own size. There we go. I've told it now. Hello, Vitas. Hello also to Belarusia. Hello, Belarusia. And welcome back to my live chat. In the middle of nowhere. I am in isolation. A lot of people are asking, Mr. Duncan, what is it like where you are? Is it horrible? Well, it isn't very nice being in isolation because, well, you don't have so much freedom to travel around. What I wanted to do this week, I wanted to go into Much Wenlock, into the town centre, and I wanted to actually do some filming there. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm not allowed to. I've been told that I have to stay away from the town centre. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Do ticks exist in England, and are you afraid of them? Oh yes, well, animals, wildlife, can get little ticks. They are a kind of mite that lives normally on farmyard animals or wild animals. And of course, if you are walking through an area of long grass, or maybe a place like this, the thing you can see behind me, you can sometimes find there are ticks. And what they do, they attach themselves to your skin and they suck your blood. And of course, there are diseases as well. There are many diseases you can get from ticks, including Lyme disease. Lyme disease, you can get those here in the UK. Yes, they do exist, but not everywhere. Fortunately, not everywhere, but you can get them. Zachy, hello Zach. Zach, Mr. Duncan, your jacket is kind of stylish. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I've had this jacket for 3 years. So this jacket is actually quite old. I've had it for maybe 3 years. And I like this jacket because I can pull this right up. So this comes all the way up. And then I can protect my neck from the cold weather. But yes, I quite like this. In fact, I got this in a sale. There was a sale at a big department store. I think it was in Leamington Spa. I'm sure it was in Leamington Spa, or maybe Banbury. Oh yes, it was Banbury. I bought this from Banbury, I remember now. And it was in the sale, half price. Can you believe it? So I got this in a sale, quite cheap. And I love this coat. Yes, I like it very much. Hello to Irene. Hello, Irene. Are there any snakes in your garden? There are no snakes in the garden. Fortunately, no snakes live in the garden. I'm very glad to say that there are no snakes in my garden. Definitely not. I see that your classic red cap is back again. Yes, my cap is back. I'm wearing my red cap. So if anyone is walking around, they can see me very easily, and then they can avoid me. Because we have to keep our social distancing at the moment. We have to make sure that we stay far apart from each other. So there has to be a lot of social, safe distancing. So if anyone comes past, they will be able to see my red hat, and then they know that they can avoid me. The older the leather, the better the quality. That's what they normally say. However, this isn't leather. This jacket is not leather. It looks leather, but it isn't. It actually isn't leather. What is the most dangerous animal that lives around your place, Mr. Duncan? There are many dangerous animals. There is the greater spotted Mr. Steve. He is a nighttime predator. And he can give you a nasty bite. We don't really have any dangerous animals around here, I'll be honest. There aren't any large animals that could attack you or bite your head off, nothing like that. So I'm very lucky that I live in an area where there aren't any wild animals, dangerous animals. There are birds, there are foxes. Oh, we have lots of foxes around here. I like foxes very much. What is the difference between social distancing and social spacing? Basically, it is the same thing. Social distancing, social spacing. It is just another way of expressing it. Another way of expressing it. What about your family, Mr. Duncan? Thank you to Islam Esmat. My family are all over the place. They all live in different places, and unfortunately, this is something I mentioned yesterday and also last week. My mother, who is very ill at the moment, is being taken care of, and because of the current situation, I can't go to see my mother. So I'm not allowed to see my mother. So my mother, unfortunately, is being cared for, and because of the current situation with, I can't go to see her. So I'm not very happy about that. I will be honest with you, not happy about that. So I think it would be fair to say that we are all affected by this situation in some way. Hello, Tanya. Tanya, hello, Tanya. Do you ever drink coffee? I like coffee. I normally have 1 cup of coffee every day. Just 1. Although I do like drinking tea. Mr. Duncan, you are so adorable, and your way of teaching. Thank you, Anna Pika. You are welcome. That's okay. I enjoy doing this. Even though today I am feeling a little uncomfortable because I'm standing here in the open on a windy day, even though the sun is out. Hello, Tan. I like your name, by the way. Do you know Vietnam? I do know Vietnam. I am aware of Vietnam. Hello to everyone watching in Vietnam. Xin chào to everyone watching in Vietnam. And I know there are many people who are watching for the first time who are in Vietnam as well. Nice. I love the countryside, says Bara. Me too. I love the countryside. If I had a choice between living in a town or a big city and living here, I would always choose here, to be honest. I do like living in a peaceful, quiet place. There are people who like to be near all of the sounds of the traffic and the people. However, I prefer to be in a place that is quiet and also a place that is peaceful, tranquil. Ooh, I like that word. Tranquil. Tranquil. Isn't that nice? Hello, Anna. I would like to ask the same question. What is correct? On the live chat or in the live chat? You can actually use both. So I am on the live chat with you. Or if you type a message, the message is typed in the live chat. So the message appears in the live chat, but it also appears on the live chat. So in fact, you can say both. Both are actually acceptable. It is in the live chat. It is on the live chat. So both are actually acceptable. Hello, Adam. Adam Brotherhood. Nice to see you here as well. My favourite place to walk is Foose Meadows, which is near Sharnford, because it is full of wildlife. Even if you can't see the animals, quite often you can hear them. So there is nothing I enjoy more than walking around, and quite often you can hear lots of animals. Even if you can't see them, you can hear them. So I do like that very much. I really do. Ricardo. Hello, Ricardo. Nice to see you here. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome to my little corner of England. And that is where I'm talking to you from right now. I'm talking to you from England. I'm in a place called Much Wenlock, which is in the county of Shropshire. So when we say county, we mean the area, the large area where all of the towns and cities are actually located. So I am in a place called Shropshire. However, I'm also in a place called Much Wenlock, which is a town. And I'm standing at the top of a hill, very close to a place called Wenlock Edge. And it's freezing cold. I forgot to bring my gloves today. I didn't bring my lovely red gloves. So I'm feeling a little cold on my hands. I also forgot my water as well. I forgot to bring my water. That's Mr. Steve's fault. He was talking away. Talking. Hello from Sudan. Mohammed Hussein Hassim Obi. I like your name. Hello to Sudan. A big hello. Hello also Lover on Roads. MGA Lover on Roads. Oh, nice to see you here. Hello to Manila. Manila in the Philippines. Nice to see you here today. Mr. Duncan, we all know we owe you. Believe us. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. As long as you are here and as long as you enjoy what I'm doing, I'm happy. You will always see a big smile on my face. Mr. Duncan, what's your favourite word that sounds beautiful to you? Alisa, that's an interesting question. I might have to think about that for a while because there are many words in the English language, but I do like them. I do like them. The place I'm in is called Shropshire. Shropshire. So that is the county, the large area. And then in that area, there are lots of towns and villages. There are many counties across the UK and also, of course, here in England. You can put your hands in your pockets. I can, but I don't know why. I don't like putting my hands in my pockets. Isn't that strange? Some people, you always see them with their hands in their pockets. Like this. They always have their hands in their pockets. Like this. But I don't know why. I always feel uncomfortable. I always feel slightly uncomfortable when I have my hands in my pockets. I always feel like I'm going to fall over at any moment. So I don't normally put my hands in my pockets, even if it's really, really cold. Hello to Cancana. Hello to you. Hello from Spain. A big hello to Spain. Today we have a holiday and I am on my armchair with my husband and my daughter listening to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Race watching in Spain. A big hello to Spain and a big hello to everyone today. I know that things are weird at the moment. Things are strange. And to make things even stranger, I'm here. Making things really weird and unusual. Hello Anna. Hello also to Capdevi. Are you able to pronounce fluidly the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Of course I am. That's an easy word. That's so simple. Even a child could say that. Your jacket has lots of pockets. That is one of the reasons why I like this coat, is because I have lots of pockets on my coat. You can see there are many pockets on my coat. And if you are a person who does video filming or photography or something where you need to carry lots of things, then a coat like this is very useful because you have lots of useful pockets. And even inside the coat, so even inside the coat there are lots of pockets as well. So that's one of the reasons why I love this jacket, because I have lots of lovely pockets in which to put my bits and pieces. Athens is here. Hello to Athens in Greece. Nice to see you here as well. It's great to see you here on the live chat. My name is Duncan. I live in England and I'm standing here right now in front of my little mobile phone enjoying my own little piece of self-isolation. I am self-isolating in the middle of the forest. Well, in front of me, let me just show you again, just in case you missed it. So here is the view in front of me. So that is what is in front of me. So I'm looking in front and that is what I can see. There is a lovely field, a farmer's field. Things are growing in the field. Things are growing at the moment, but I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what it is that is growing in the field. So there it is. That is the view today. Standing here on a very windy Monday. It's Monday. Oh yes, of course it is Monday. I don't know about you, but sometimes I forget what day of the week it is, because every day feels like the same day. It feels like I am stuck with my own personal Groundhog Day. That's what it actually feels like. So there is the field. There is nothing growing at the moment. I think the field will eventually have corn or maybe wheat, or perhaps there might be some rapeseed. I'm back. There I am. Wow, what a nice place. Thank you very much. It is very remote, very isolated here. And that is one of the reasons why I found it very difficult to get my mobile phone signal. So at the moment I am coming to you from an isolated area. And one of the problems, of course, is getting a connection on your phone. So if you live in the countryside, quite often you will find that your internet connection or your phone connection is not very good. So it took me a very long time today, a very long time, to find a suitable place where I could get my mobile phone to work. So I have a nice strong signal now. Hello, Yasia. Hello, Yasia. Nice to see you here. If it is your first time, if you've never seen my live streams before, say, hello, Mr. Duncan. It's my first time here. I've never seen your live streams before. Something like that. You can say something else if you want. Anne Khan. Hello, Anne. Are you happy? I am. I'm feeling very happy, because when I woke up this morning, I realized that I had another day. Here we go again. Another day. Another day of life. Isn't it nice? The place you are in looks like a forest. Behind me is a forest. So behind me there is a forest, and in front of me there is a field. So you can see what is in front of me is very different to what is behind me. I have a forest behind me and a field in front of me. I hope you are okay in England. Thank you, Athena. Well, I suppose it goes without saying, there is no need for me to say that things are not good at the moment here in the UK. We are all having to do things that we don't want to do. We are all having to stay at home. We can't go out. There are many restrictions. I like that word. There are many restrictions on what you can do at the moment. So there are many controls. There are many things that are being said, many new laws that are being created to keep everyone away from each other. So that is the reason why I've come out for a walk near my house. Tomorrow is the 14th of April. It is. Oh, it's also my sister's birthday tomorrow. I've just remembered. I've remembered tomorrow is my sister's birthday. Her birthday is on the 14th of April. Today, hello Stickman. Hello to Stickman. I hope you're feeling good today. Yes, another day of lockdown, says Saturino. This is now the 4th week. So today is the beginning of the 4th week of the lockdown here in the UK. And I can't believe it's been a month. So at the end of this week, it will be 1 month that we've been doing this. I don't know about you, but now and again, I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. Sometimes. So how are you coping? What are you doing at the moment? What are you doing to pass the time away during this weird period? What are you doing? How are you keeping yourself busy? I tell you what Mr. Steve has been doing. Steve has been phoning all of his friends, all of the people that he hasn't spoken to for a very long time. So this morning I heard Steve, he was on the phone and he was calling all of these people, these different people. And many of them he hadn't spoken to for a very long time. So I think this opportunity is in some ways a good one because it gives us a chance to get in touch with people who we may have lost touch with. I think so. So there are positive things. Sometimes you have to find the good in the bad. I think so. Hello, Anapika. Boris Johnson has been discharged from hospital. Is that true? It is true. Yes, he came out of hospital. He is now recuperating. Ooh, I like that word. He's recuperating. If you recuperate, it means you are resting and also recovering at the same time. So you rest, you are resting your body and also recovering at the same time. So we call that recuperating. You recuperate. Recuperate. I like that word. So there are many interesting words we can use. If you are recovering, you are getting over something, you are trying to recover, you are recuperating. Hello, Constantine. Hello, Constantine. The lockdown, though otherwise depressing, is a good occasion to learn English from you, Mr. Duncan. Yes, there is always something good. Sometimes when things seem bad, I always say you can always find something positive or something good when things go wrong. For example, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Sometimes it is good to make the best of a bad deal. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. I am trying to make the best of a bad deal. Even if things are going badly, even if things are going wrong, sometimes you have to try and make the best of a bad situation. When things do not go your way, sometimes you have to try and find something positive from it. I know it's not always easy. I know it's not easy to do. I know sometimes it might be hard to find something positive. However, one of the things I say to try and make things go my way, you have to sometimes make the best of a bad deal. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I am trying to move my paper. Unfortunately, it is very windy. Sometimes you have to look on the bright side. Sometimes you must look on the bright side of life to cheer yourself up. Maybe you can watch a funny program on the television. Maybe you can try and cheer yourself up by speaking to your friends or one of your relatives on the telephone or through your mobile phone. Always try to look on the bright side, even though sometimes I know it's difficult, it's hard to do, but I think looking on the bright side of life can sometimes be very therapeutic. Saturino says, I'm spending my day doing some fixing in my home. So in quarantine, you can gain anything. Oh, you can't. Sorry. In quarantine, you can't gain anything, but you can save your money doing something for yourself. So you are doing some home repairs. Maybe you are fixing things in your house. That is what Steve is doing. Steve is in the garden today, and he's doing a lot of maintenance in the garden. Thank you, Hamid Reza. You are funny. You are funny looking. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Thanks a lot. You are funny looking. Oh, but also you look very brainy. You look very clever. Oh, thank you very much. Mr. Duncan, you look weird, but we think you're clever. Isn't that nice? I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. Every cloud has a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining. When things look grey and gloomy, sometimes you can find a glimmer of hope, or maybe something to cheer yourself up. Every cloud has a silver lining. So even when things seem dark or gloomy, quite often you can find something positive from that situation. You can. And I know it works because I do it myself, you see. I do it for myself. A lot of people ask, Mr. Duncan, you always seem so happy and cheerful. And that is because I always have a positive view of things. You always try to find something to cheer yourself up. There are lots of lovely things around, even small things. Maybe in the morning I look out of my window and there is a little bird sitting outside my window. That will make me feel very happy for the rest of the day. I think, oh, that's a nice moment. That has really cheered me up. So sometimes you have to look for the bright sides or the silver linings. And this is my favourite, of course. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Even though things seem bad, we can always reassure ourselves by saying, when things are slowly getting better, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Hello. What about your children? My children? I don't have any children, trust me. I don't. I have no children. As far as I know, as far as I'm aware, I have no children. What? I can't believe I just said that. Hello to the Ukraine, Alexandra. Is it true that the libraries in London are very big? There are local libraries that are average, but also there are big libraries, large libraries. Most cities around the UK will have a large library situated in each city. Hello, Ong Tran. Ong Tran asks, what is herd immunity? Herd immunity is something that was talked about a few weeks ago. Herd immunity means that you allow a disease or a virus to spread through the population to help everyone gain immunity. In other words, they gain protection from that particular virus. So it is a thing that is sometimes talked about, especially during these strange times. There are a lot of people talking about one particular method, although these days people are not talking about it. They've suddenly stopped talking about that altogether. Maybe they've decided that it's not such a good idea. And of course, during this time, there is one more thing I want to remind you of, if I can find it. Ah, yes. Please remember, you are not alone during this time. I will be with you every day, doing my live streams every single day on YouTube. Sometimes I will be outside, like today, and sometimes I will be in my garden, or maybe in my studio. So I will try to be with you every day, and I am with you now live from England. A big hello, wherever you are watching in the world. Please, Mr. Duncan, take care of yourself. Thank you very much. I always try to take care of myself, even on a windy day like this. Mr. Duncan, can you dance for us? What do you think I am? I'm not an animal performing at the circus, you know. Unless I paid, I wouldn't have a cake. Unless I paid, I wouldn't have a cake. Is this a true sentence? It doesn't sound like a real sentence. It sounds like something that is saying maybe there is a condition. So if I don't pay, I won't get. So we are talking about a type of conditional there. So that particular sentence is a conditional. If I don't get that, or if I don't do that, I won't get that. It is a form of conditional. Please, you don't leave us, Mr. Duncan. Please don't leave us alone, Mr. Duncan. I will try not to. Mr. Duncan, you are singing, not dancing. Yes, of course I'm singing and not dancing. I'm not dancing here. I'm too shy. I might scare the animals. The animals might be frightened away by my strange movements. We like your singing. Your singing is amazing. Thank you very much for that. I'm not sure if my singing is amazing today. Does the word talkative have a negative meaning? It can be used in a negative way, although it can also be used in a positive way to describe a person who likes saying things or talking about things, a person who likes chatting. I would say that Steve is very talkative. He is a talkative person, so he likes having conversations with other people. So in that respect, it is positive. So most of the time, we can use the word talkative as positive. He is a talkative person. He likes to chat to people. He is very sociable. I suppose also you might use it negatively as well. You could use it in a negative way as well. What would happen if you cut down a tree there? I don't know. I suppose it depends if someone saw me doing it. If someone caught me cutting down a tree, I don't know what would happen. Maybe I would end up in prison. Anna says, someone just passed behind you. Yes, well, they are very far away. So there is a track down there where people can walk. So there are people going by, but they are very far away. Don't worry, don't worry. It's all right. I am safe distancing. I am keeping my distance. So there are people walking by, maybe behind me, but we are very far away from each other. So please don't worry. I'm okay. I'm keeping my safe distance. The only thing that I'm getting near to is this tree. You can see this tree is very close to me. Hey, go away. Don't you know there's safe distancing at the moment? You're too close to me. This tree is too close to me. I don't think it realizes that there is social distancing going on at the moment. Is that a private forest? That particular forest behind me is actually public. So that is a place where people can walk through. They can actually walk through that place. So this is not private. This is actually public. It is a public place. Hello, Anna. Hello also, Marcia. Did your Easter egg taste good? I think so. It looked delicious. It was very nice. I was absolutely delighted. I was so delighted when I saw my big Easter egg. And last night, of course, I am not a selfish person. I gave Mr. Steve some of my Easter egg, and I had some as well. Very nice. Steve also made a very nice meal as well, a beautiful meal. Hello, Ernesto. Guess what Ernesto is doing at the moment? Mr. Duncan, I am on my treadmill at the moment. I am watching you on your live stream, and I'm also on my treadmill as well. You know what? You don't always need a treadmill. Sometimes you can just walk on the spot like this. I hope nobody saw me do that. I hope not. Farah, it is good to have sunshine. Here, unfortunately, it is raining heavily and it is very windy. We are lucky today because we have lots of sunshine. Unfortunately, we also have a lot of wind blowing around. Mr. Duncan, someone is writing bad words, but no one is cancelling it. I didn't notice that. I will see if I can find the person who is saying rude words. How could you say rude words on my live stream? Oh, I'm shocked. I am so shocked. Really, very shocked. Louisa says you are so funny. Yes, my mother says that as well. We really miss the sun and also the fresh air. We miss the sun and the fresh air. Guess what, Mr. Duncan? I can hear a cuckoo in my forest, says Irene. That is amazing. Here in the UK, every year people try to listen out for the first cuckoo. A cuckoo is a very interesting type of bird, and the cuckoo is one of those birds that has a little trick. Do you know what the trick is? There is a little trick that the cuckoo does. Do you know what it is? Yes, a lot of people here in the UK get very excited when they hear the sound of the cuckoo, 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 like that. Did you like my bird impression? I thought that was very good. A lot of people say, Mr. Duncan, you are a little bit cuckoo yourself. Hello to Louisa. Hello also to Adrian. Why can't we say the worth of a good deal? Why can't we say the worth of a good deal? I'm not sure what you mean by that, to be honest. Mr. Duncan, which playlist on the channel should I listen to begin learning English? I have my big list of English lessons. All of my English lessons, there is a big playlist. There are around 110 lessons. 110. So the idea of my lessons is to give you a chance to listen to English being spoken. So I am here to help you improve your word power, to learn new words. You can also read the words on my screen sometimes. You can also listen as well. So developing your listening skills is a very important part of learning English. It really is. Mr. Duncan, I am sweating so much on my treadmill. I wish I was sweating at the moment. I am not sweating. I am doing something very different at the moment. I'm quite cold, actually. I'm quite cold. The cuckoo. Oh, thank you, Luis Mendez. Hello, Luis Mendez, watching in France. Luis, cuckoos are very lazy birds. They are lazy. And quite often they will lay their eggs in other birds' nests. What a lazy bird. But even worse than that, when the cuckoo chicks hatch out, they will actually push all of the other chicks out of the nest. So the real eggs are pushed out. So the cuckoo chicks will be taken care of, and all of the real eggs are pushed out by the chicks, by the cuckoo chicks. It's not very nice, is it? Sometimes Mother Nature can be a bit of a bitch. Mr. Duncan, I can't believe you said that. But Mother Nature can be very cruel sometimes. There are a lot of cruel things that go on in nature. So the cuckoo, even though the cuckoo sounds nice and friendly, cuckoo, 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 like that, it sounds very friendly, but in fact, don't be fooled by the cuckoo's friendly call, because they are a little wicked, especially when it comes to raising their young, because they are so lazy. They actually get other birds to do it for them. Yes. Hello everybody, I hope you are okay and take care, and your relatives are okay. Take care and be responsible. Thank you, Unicarina. Lots of love for those who are also unwell. I know, this is a crazy time. One of the most common questions that people ask me at the moment about this is, Mr. Duncan, what do you think about this? What is your feeling about this? And it's very hard to describe it in words. I don't normally have difficulty expressing things or explaining things, but I don't know where to begin really talking about all of this. It is a very strange period of time. I've never experienced anything like this. The only time I've experienced this is when I was a child, and if I was naughty. So my mother would punish me by making me stay in my bedroom. And sometimes she wouldn't allow me to have any supper because I was a very naughty boy. So that's the only time that I remember in my life being in isolation, is when I was naughty or I was misbehaving at home. So my mother would send me to my room. She would say, I've had enough of you, Duncan. I've had enough of you. You are being naughty today, very naughty. Go to your room and you will stay in your room all day. And you are not having any supper. Something like that. Something like that. So that is the only time in my life that I've known isolation other than what is happening now, to be honest. Ong, hello Ong Trum. Ong says, the cuckoo is the most dishonest bird. Yes, I think so. I actually agree with you. I would say that the cuckoo is a very dishonest bird. Hello to Jonah's family dog. Oh, sorry. Did I say family dog? Family vlog. Hello once again to Jonah's family vlog. Vlog. Video log. So the word vlog means that you are recording a diary or a record of your life or your experiences, and also you are doing it on video. So video log. Vlog. It is a compound. It is two words that have been pressed together. A bit like Brangelina. What? Mr. Duncan, it is not 2008. Please get up to date. We don't talk about Brangelina anymore. It's all about the Meghan Markles now. What is your worst nightmare, Mr. Duncan? My worst nightmare is McVitie's announcing that they will be no longer making Jaffa cakes. I think that is my worst nightmare. Thank you very much, Mr. Duncan. Thank you also to Kong Lvu. Hello to you. I believe you are watching in Vietnam. Can you speak Chinese? I remember you used to be an English teacher in China. Yes, many years ago. I worked in China as an English teacher. In fact, this is very bizarre. I actually worked in China during the SARS crisis. So when SARS broke out, I was actually living in China at the time. But yes, to answer your question, I do know some Chinese. I can even sing in Chinese. Oh, Mr. Duncan, we are very interested to find out if you can sing in Chinese. Yes, I can. I can sing a Chinese song. I did actually do it on Chinese television. They made me go on TV to sing. Hello, Son Tran. Son Tran says bye. Bye, Son Tran. Hopefully see you again sometime if you are passing this way. Hello to Lu Lin Pham. Hello to you. It has been 10 years since the first time I saw your videos for English. No words can describe how much your lessons have motivated my studying. Thank you so much, my great teacher. Thank you as well for your kind words. I have been doing this for a long time. I started doing this 14 years ago. I've been doing this on YouTube for 14 years. Mr. Duncan, that doesn't seem possible. I didn't think the internet existed 14 years ago, but it did, yes. When YouTube was just a little baby, YouTube was just a little baby, very young. I started teaching English on YouTube in 2006. Mr. Duncan, are you being blinded by the sun? I'm okay because I have my lovely hat, you see? So because of my hat, my eyes are protected from the bright sunlight. So I'm okay. I am not being blinded. Hello, Son Tran again. Son Tran. Son Tran, where are you watching? I have a feeling you might be in Vietnam. But then again, I might be wrong. You create YouTube, Mr. Duncan, but you are not a YouTuber, luckily. No, I would not class myself as a YouTuber. A YouTuber is a person who plays computer games and then comments about the computer game, and then they get 20 billion viewers. I am just a person who stands in front of a camera. That's what I do. Hello, Tuan Nguyen. Hello to you as well, watching in Vietnam. I seem to have a lot of people watching. Do you mean the playlists where the videos are 7 or 9 minutes long? Yes, that is right. There is a very big playlist on my YouTube channel and there are around 110 videos. So over the years I've made many English lessons. Some are short and some are very long. And over the years I've done lots of filming. I have filmed in different places. I have made my lessons in different parts of the world as well, including Turkey and also Malaysia as well. And of course China, which is where I started doing this many, many years ago. Francesca says, do you know Brad Pitt? I don't know him, but people sometimes say I look like him in the dark. Thank you, Vietnam. Thank you to everyone watching today. It's so nice to see you all here as well. Please, could you talk about some interesting English novels? I used to read a lot of books at school. My English teacher used to encourage us to read all sorts of literature. There are some nice books that you could read, traditional books, classic books maybe, such as novels or stories by people like Charles Dickens. If you like a little bit of Dickens, then I think that is the sort of thing you should be reading. Something that has meaning. I do like stories that have a sort of meaning or a moral purpose. So I do like stories that have a very deep meaning and things that connect with you emotionally as well. I do like that very much. How old are you, Mr. Duncan? A lot of people seem very fascinated by my age. I am. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm too shy. Hello, thank you for your lessons. To Fam, thank you very much. Unicarina says you must be 40. I wish I was 40. I really do. Ah, very good. Francesca, Animal Farm by George Orwell. A lot of people know George Orwell through his dystopian novel 1984. However, there is another story that George Orwell wrote called Animal Farm. It is a rather gruesome, a rather violent, and some might say unpleasant story. Hello, Mr. Duncan from Yemen. How are you doing? Your accent is very good to understand and easy. Thank you for your live stream. Thank you very much as well. Hello, I will begin watching those videos from now and follow your live streams. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Manor. You are welcome. It's all right. It's my pleasure. Hello, Mikkel. Mikkel Gurendian. It is my first time here. Hello, Mikkel. Welcome to my live stream. I am doing special daily live streams during this period of time because basically I don't have much else to do at the moment. We are all in lockdown, unfortunately. Hi, every day I keep on sweating over my treadmill. Well, all I can say, Ernesto, is you are doing the right thing. You are keeping yourself healthy. I know one thing. During this strange period, I have started eating too much food. I am very aware that I'm eating too much food because sometimes I'm sitting in my house and sometimes I'm thinking, oh, I've got nothing to do. I know, I will go into the kitchen and eat some food. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who is doing that. I'm sure I am not the only person who is doing that. Mr. Duncan, every day you have a different age. It depends on your mood. Your age is all in your head. I do agree with that. Sometimes you are only as old as you feel. I don't feel as if I'm getting older. Certainly inside and in my mind, And in my heart, I don't feel older. Even though sometimes I look at my body in the morning and I think, oh my goodness, that didn't used to be there. It used to be much higher up. So sometimes I stand in the mirror, I stand in front of the mirror, and I look at myself and I go, oh. Well, some of that is a little bit lower down than it used to be. What's happened? How are the partridges and the pheasants? Are they still alive? Asks Vitas. They are still alive. The pigeons, the pheasants, and the partridges are all very well, thank you very much. They are doing well. They are probably doing better than me, I think, if I was honest. I think the pheasants and the pigeons are having quite a good time at the moment because it's mating season. So they are very happy. The Italian birds in our courtyard in Rome are not as Pacific as yours in many ways. That a seagull is fighting a crow. Oh, I see. Do you mean passive or do you mean friendly? Quite often you will see the birds fighting, even in my garden. Sometimes the birds will fight each other over all sorts of things. Quite often food or territory. So two of the things that birds often fight over is food and territory. Mikhail, where are you from? I am talking to you live from England. I am in the English countryside on a very sunny, albeit windy and chilly day. It's quite cold here today. I'm surprised how cold it is. Wei Chen. Hello, Wei Chen. Nice to see you here today on the live stream. What is the difference between lend and borrow? Lend is to give something for a short period of time. So you will give something to a person and then later they will give it back. So you lend something. Maybe you lend some money to a person. I will lend you some money. Borrow, of course, is the opposite. Borrow means you take something from another person for a short period of time. I really need some water. I really do need some water. So, lend, borrow. Lend, you give something for a short time or temporarily. Borrow, you take something for a short time. Or maybe you take something and then you give something else back later. Especially when we're talking about money. A lot of people do borrow money. Some people will also lend money. Dr. Manar says, I will lend you some water. Yes. It's my fault. It is my fault. Unfortunately, when I came out of the house, I left my water at home. So my water is at home and I am here. Not a very good situation to be in, to be honest. What are you doing in quarantine? What are you doing during this time? Well, one of the things I am doing is this. So one of the things I am doing at the moment is coming out or going into my garden, and I am doing these live streams. I wanted to watch your videos that you filmed in Malaysia, but I couldn't find it, says Grace. Grace Chin. There is a video lesson that I made all about Penang. Penang. It is called Welcome to Penang. And that is the title of that lesson. It is on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to remember what the number of the lesson is, but I have made a lesson all about going to Malaysia. I think it is called Welcome to Penang, the Pearl of the Orient. So maybe you can search that in my video list and you will find it. So I was very lucky a few years ago to go to Malaysia, and I did some filming there. I also went to Turkey as well, and I did a lesson in Turkey also. Hello to Ong Trum again, I think that is a message for someone else. That is a private message for someone else. Oh yes. Hamid Reza says, I was there for 2 years. Penang is gorgeous. I know. I used to travel to Malaysia many times during the 1990s. So I have been to Malaysia many times. I love it so much. And Penang is one of my favourite places in Malaysia. One of the main reasons is the food. The food in Penang is incredible, really amazing. So the food in Penang is possibly some of the best food that I've ever tasted in my whole life. So I do recommend it. Well, not at the moment. At the moment, no one is going anywhere, unfortunately. Hello to Quran Kareem. I want to thank you so much, teacher, for your great job. You are welcome. Thank you very much. It is my pleasure. Dr. Manar, have you ever visited any Arabic countries? I haven't. I've never been to any Arabic countries. Hello also to Grace Chin again. Hello to you. Hello T. Huang Nijian Li. Hello, you are a good teacher. Thank you very much. I have a feeling you might be in Vietnam. Am I right? I think so. So yesterday was Easter Sunday. Today is Easter Monday. Normally, this would be a public holiday. So normally people would be off from their work. They would be having a public holiday today. However, because of the lockdown, because of the current situation, you know what I'm talking about. What is the difference between the American and British accent? I think I answered this question the other day. I did. The accents are all different. So in British English and American English, the accents are all varied. They are all different. However, when we are talking about the English language, there is only one English language. There is only one actual English language. There are many different accents. That is my explanation of that. So even here in the UK, you will hear English spoken in many different ways with different accents, just as you would in the United States. The English accent is very beautiful. Thank you, Maria. That's very kind of you to say. What is the accent of Mr. Steve? It sounds strange. I think Steve's accent is from maybe the south, I want to say the southeast of England, because he was born in the Cotswolds. And in the Cotswolds, they have a very particular accent. However, can I let you in on a secret? Mr. Steve's family are very posh. There. So sometimes I think that Mr. Steve's family, they have a very posh accent. They talk like the Queen sometimes. That's what I think anyway. Mr. Duncan, go home. Okay, bye. Mr. Duncan, go home. You need some water. I'm okay now. I'm all right now. I will be okay for a few more minutes and then I will go, so don't worry. Mr. Duncan, don't torture yourself. Please call Steve and ask him to bring some water. I think I will survive for a few more moments. All I need to do is clear my throat. Wait there a moment. I'm just going to clear my throat and then I will come back. Just a moment. Ooh. Oh, that's better. I just had a little clear of my throat. That's better. Oh, I feel much better now. Ah, this is interesting. Hello, Annie Master. Some years ago, I met people from Dublin and I couldn't understand them. Sometimes the Irish accent can be hard to understand for various reasons. One is because of the speed as well. You might find sometimes that with the Irish accent, the words are spoken very quickly and they all run into each other. And besides that, you also have an accent as well. So I think the Irish accent can be hard to understand, especially if the person is speaking very quickly or at a very fast pace. I think so. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I am back with your lessons. Hello to Mahmood Dawood. Nice to see you here. Ernesto says, lucky. Oh, I'm very lucky because I have a treadmill in my house. Mr. Duncan, can you speak different English accents? Not very well. I wouldn't class myself as an actor. I'm not a person who can do different accents. I can do my own accent. Hello. Hello, everyone. My name's Mr. Duncan and I teach English on YouTube. Khalil, Mr. Duncan, how is the weather now? In the UK, the weather is quite nice. We have blue sky. There is blue sky above my head. So the sun is out. There is lots of blue sky, but unfortunately, one of the big problems is the wind. It is very cold. So even though everything looks nice today, it is absolutely freezing cold. It is very cold here. Hello again. Welcome back. Did you like the view up there? It's very nice. However, the wind is blowing strongly. Another accent that is hard to understand is Scottish. Ah, yes, another one. Yes, I suppose the Scottish accent is, well, when you think about it, you might find that there are some connections between the Scottish accent and the Irish accent. So they do have, in some cases, or in some ways, they have similarities. What is the time in your current place? It is now, oh, it's 4:15. It is now 4:15. I will show you on my watch. So this is the time right now in the UK. There we go. So that is the time in the UK. It is 4:15. Oh my goodness. Is it my imagination or is it getting really cold? It's freezing. I am so cold. Goodness me. I have been here for 1.5 hours. standing here talking to you. Oh, hello to... I always like saying hello to my new viewers. I am watching your first live video, but I have watched a lot of your video lessons. You are my dream teacher. I have been watching you for 5 years. You are still young. Thank you, Arpan. That is very kind of you to say. You can be an older person. You can be getting older. However, if you feel young inside, if you feel young at heart, that's all that matters. So that's what I try to do. I try to stay young. I try to keep a young outlook. I try to stay young at heart. I try to keep myself feeling young and, most importantly, happy as well. I will be going in a minute because it's absolutely freezing. I've been here now for 92 minutes. 92 minutes. An hour and a half I've been here. You know what? When you go home, will you have a cup of hot tea? And will it be very tasty to you because of the cold weather? There is nothing nicer than getting into the house when you've been outside. There is nothing nicer than getting into the house and having a lovely hot drink, especially a cup of tea. So you are right, when you've been outside in the cold, when you've been outside and you are experiencing the cold weather, when you get into the house and you have a hot drink, a cup of tea, it's amazing. Yes, you're right. It always tastes very nice. It always tastes very nice indeed. Mahmood says, what is the latest news concerning in the UK? Well, things aren't good. We are still going through our peak period. So a lot of people are trying to flatten the curve. So as people affected by that thing, at the moment it is still going up. It is still very high. So unfortunately, we are still having a lot of problems here in the UK. And that is the reason why the lockdown has been extended for another 2 weeks. So it looks as if we might be doing this in May. So this might be still going on next month. Who knows? All I know is that we are living through crazy times. Very crazy times. Oh, the wind. The wind is very strong. Hailey Kwang says, I have an IELTS exam coming soon and I am very nervous because of the exam. Well, taking a test, taking an exam of any type can be a little worrying. So I think you will find that that is a normal feeling. It is normal. Normal feeling. Black Gacha is going. See you later. Take care. I hope you have a good day, whatever you are doing. Take good care of yourself. Stay safe. And most importantly of all, stay happy and healthy. Yes, unfortunately, we are hoping that we can reduce the number of people who are being affected by that particular thing. But I still think we have a long way to go. Vitas says, I have put on my headphones and I can hear the birds singing and someone is cutting wood. You are right. Behind me, there is someone cutting wood. You are right. There are some people cutting wood. But I don't think it's here. It's way far away, very far away from where I'm standing. Please stay safe, Mr. Duncan. I will try my best. Yes, you can hear the birds. There are some birds singing in the trees above me, and it sounds very nice. I'm starting to feel as cold as you, says Guilera. You are right, it is freezing here. I will be going in a moment because I'm getting very cold standing here on this little hill in the middle of nowhere. So I will be going back home, and I am going to have a lovely cup of tea. I can't wait. Don't forget to give me a like before I go. Give me a lovely like underneath the video. Go on, hit that like button. Hit it. Oh, Mr. Duncan, I'm going to hit that like button so hard. Do you have a fire or a fireplace in your house? Yes, I do. I do have a fire in the house. So maybe later on, if it gets too cold, I will light the fire in the house. My hands are so cold at the moment. They are freezing because I forgot to bring my gloves today. I didn't bring my gloves. And because of that, my hands are very cold. Thank you very much for your company today. I'm going home now to have a cup of tea. Is it summer in the UK? Not yet. It is late spring, early summer. So at the moment it is still early summer. Early summer. So summer is just starting to arrive. Summer is coming. There is summer. There is light. Summer light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you very much for your company. Someone is very busy with their chopper. They are chopping down some trees in their garden. I think so. Thanks for your company. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. Go on, hit it. Hit the like button. Hit it as hard as you can. Summer is coming, and yes, I agree, it is a wonderful time of year. Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you to everyone who has joined me today. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you very much, Sergio. Maybe it is a chainsaw killer. I hope not. Thank you, teacher. See you tomorrow. I'm back tomorrow. Yes, I will be live with you again. Where will I be tomorrow? I have no idea. Literally, I have no idea where I will be tomorrow. I don't know where I will be tomorrow. I might be on the roof of my house. I might be in my studio. I might be sitting on the toilet. Who knows? Catch you later. Have a good time. Have a great day. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. And of course, from the birthplace of the English language, this is Mr. Duncan in England saying thanks for watching. See you tomorrow, 2 p.m. UK time. 2 p.m. UK time tomorrow. And of course, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. See you later. And ta-ta for now.